most honest podcast.
My reputation speaks for itself.
Veracity Exchange.
Hosted by none other than Brilliance.
It's your dog Hollywood Spryte, aka Brilliance. Y'all now tuning to V.E.T.V, man. I'm back with another one, you know what I'm saying, with a special guest in the building today. None other than the homie V.E.T.V, man. What's going on, homie?
What's up with you, bro?
I ain't doing too much, man. How you making out, man? I see you got that YouTube fame going on.
Yeah, man, it's all good. I can't complain about nothing.
Right. So, man, how that's been feeling, man? You know what I'm saying? I've been watching your channel grow, you know what I'm saying? What's that been like? You know, what kind of feedback you been getting?
Man, I've been getting a lot of good feedback, you know what I'm saying? Like, a whole lot of people, especially, like, people of the youth, the people that I really like to target, like, been hitting me like, I appreciate your video, man. You know, for somebody that ain't even been out 2 months, that's a great feeling, bro.
So who is V.E.T.V? You know what I'm saying? Where you from and how was life growing up?
I'm from Detroit. The word feezy actually came about ever since I was a kid. Every time I thought something was funny, I used to always say, "What, the feezy?"
Right.
I really got it from my uncle.
Okay.
And I took it to TikTok when I was locked up making jokes. And I used to always say, "What, the feezy?" And I went viral and built up a pretty big following on TikTok. And man, people just started saying, "Be a feezy." They just started putting the feezy behind my name. So I just ran with it.
Right.
Growing up, man, it was like, it was ups and downs, you know, good times, bad times. But it was just like a mixture of, like I say, some good, some bad. But it was more so bad, but we had good times too now. I can't just say I had such a bad of a childhood, you know what I'm saying?
So what was that like growing up in Detroit? You know what I'm saying? What was that like?
Coming up in Detroit, man, it was real like my role models and stuff. Everybody I looked up to, everybody that I had love for and respect for and stuff was like in the streets, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just like everything that I participated in from childhood, like, you know, probably 10 years old, early as I can remember, was something involving the street life type of thing, you know what I'm saying? But I actually liked it, man. You know, that's just where all your childhood friends, all your cousins, you don't see no more when you leave, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So I understand you know, y'all travel back and forth to Alabama and Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? So what was the biggest difference, you know what I'm saying, that you noticed as a youth coming from Detroit, traveling through the South?
The biggest difference that I noticed is what they call Southern hospitality. I knew nothing about that. My very first fight in Alabama, my mom and them was having a party in the trailer, and a lady pulled up and asked me, where they having that party at? And I say, huh? And she said, what trailer they having the party in? But I still couldn't hear her. I said, what'd you say? And she just like fanned me off and drove off. So one of the other kids that was around my age, he looked at me and was like, that's a woman. You don't say no, huh? You say ma'am.
Right.
I looked at him like, what? Ma'am? I don't even call my mom, my grandmama, ma'am. I talk to my folk, what up, though? And that's perfectly respectful for us, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And, man, he swung on me. We got to fighting right then and there outside on the dirt road because I didn't say ma'am.
Right.
And that's when I learned they call that Southern hospitality. I think that got to be the biggest difference because we wasn't saying none of that growing up in Detroit. Never even heard of that.
And I understand when y'all moved to Atlanta, man, I saw a story you was telling the other day, man, if you could like touch on it a little bit. But when y'all moved to Atlanta, I think it was out the Bluff.
Bruh, my mama thought everywhere, she just thought, see, when we used to come visit Georgia and visit Alabama for a couple days at a time. And during those visits, it was always sweet. It was straight. Like the type stuff that was going on every day in Detroit, we wasn't seeing.
Right.
So my mama had the bright idea that it's just so sweet here. You know what I'm saying? So we thought we was upgrading. We thought we was moving to something much better than Detroit.
Right.
And we pulled up, and I should have known, well, I was too young to know, but my mama should have known that it was something up because when we moved to the Bluff, man, dude didn't care nothing about, you know, check stub, no ID.
No
He ain't
credit
care
check,
about
no
nothing.
nothing.
Do you got cash money on hand right now? Is the only thing he cared about. She paid him. And we moved in a little house in the bluff. And man, I say we was out there, I want to say a week, but I don't know. I'm going to just give it 2 weeks just to be safe. And my big brother and them got into a big shootout, man. And we was out of there. We moved again.
Yeah, when I heard that story, I said that junk was crazy. You know what I'm saying? He said, you got cash?
That's all he cared about. He ain't care about nothing. Then it was crazy because when we moved in, as we was walking in the door, he was kicking somebody else out. He had somebody just chilling in there hanging out. He told them, y'all got to go. Come on, get up out of here. I got people moving in. I'm like, what kind of ghetto? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So I understand you had 8 siblings. What was that like as a kid? You know what I'm saying? You know, having that many siblings and the fight over the TV. You know what I'm saying? What was that like?
Man, having that many siblings back then when I was younger, it's like, it was times where it was like a love-hate relationship, man. Like, sometimes I loved having that many brothers around me and only one sister. But then sometimes I hated it because it's like, I loved it because I ain't never got to worry about nobody really just doing nothing to me out here in these streets. Right. But we got a whole football team finna come, you know what I'm saying? But then there was times like when we go get what my mama can get us clothes and shoes. It's like coming up as a child, I never had my own pair of shoes ever. You know what I'm saying? I never had an outfit and I'm like, yeah, that's mine. Never. I'm wearing it today. He wearing it tomorrow. I'm going to wear the pants he wore tomorrow, today. You know what I'm saying?
Right, I feel you.
Yeah, and it was like, man, we used to fight over everything, man. We used to fight over the TV because I wanted to watch wrestling back then.
Right.
And my big brother wanted to watch V.E.T.V. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was the youngest of the grown ones. So my mama used to always, I used to have it my way really a little bit on stuff like that.
Oh yeah, they was on your head. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you was the baby boy.
Yeah, I was the baby before the other ones came in the picture.
Right. So what other type of things were you into as a child? You know what I'm saying? Or a teen, you played in the sports or anything like that?
Nah, man. You know what, man? I don't know why all my big brothers, every single one of them, either basketball or football, even my little brothers,
right,
they both want to do football. And it's like, that has never caught my attention. Like, to this day, I don't even know. I'll watch a basketball game, bro. I don't even know the rules. I don't know what type of foul they just called. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I was into boxing. I got into boxing when I was about 16, and I stayed at it for about a year. I liked that. And you know, all my other activities that I was really interested in, man, females, you know, just doing little stuff, breaking in people's houses and stuff. Like, my activities was illegal. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it was fun to me.
So I'm gonna ask you, you know, I gotta ask you, man, since you said you was into boxing, man, who your top 5 boxers, man? You can give me 3.
You know my boy Floyd got to go in there. Can't leave him out of there. I got to put my boy Andre Berto in there.
All right.
Can't leave Andre Berto out. And I gotta say this one, but my boy Floyd might be mad at me because I know they don't like each other. They don't like each other, but I got to throw Manny in there, man. I got to throw Manny Pacquiao in there because he go hard now.
Right, yeah. I'm a Manny fan, man. I rock with Manny.
Yeah, he go hard.
You dropped out at 17. What was the situation that occurred, you know what I'm saying, where you was just like, man, fuck it, I'm out of here?
I think the exact situation that really just made me say, fuck it, bro. I was, I about knew I was already getting ready to leave because I was failing all that shit, bro. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I wasn't failing it because I was like, couldn't get it or nothing. It's just, I wasn't going. Like, I'd go to school and skip 3 out of 5 classes, you know what I'm saying? Like, right. I wasn't even putting effort into doing it. So I was already coming up with a plan, like, man, I got to do something else. I think the last straw was this female I used to talk to. She had tried to get her other boyfriend and one of his homeboys to jump me or something.
Right.
And it was a bad day. And, you know, I was thinking too crazy. I was thinking about doing something to him, and I was like, you know what? This is a sign. There got to be a sign. Just gonna get out of there right now before you end up locked up for the rest of your life. So I literally just walked out of class, bro. Just got up, walked out, and shit, it was over with.
You went to Culinary Art School after that. What got you into cooking, or what made you even want to become a chef?
Ever since I was a kid, I had a passion for cooking. No matter what it was that I did, bad stuff, I always liked to cook. I started off frying little chicken wings. And, once my family started eating it and they were like, oh, this shit good for real. I just kept doing it. And from that point on, as a child, I used to always say, man, I'm going to get my life together. I'm going to be a chef. I'm going to be a chef. So when I left high school, I knew I had to do something.
Right.
So I went to the Brunswick Job Corps Center and Job Corps, and I went to do culinary arts, but I ended up leaving anyway because the teacher, I ain't finished and she wasn't really teaching me nothing, man.
I heard you say something like she said she wasn't there to teach y'all how to cook or something like that.
Man, the very first day in the class, I'm talking about you had to get a pass signed by kind of like a counselor before you could go to any class.
Right.
So she signed mine to let me go to culinary arts. So I went in there. I showed her my pass, showed her I'm supposed to be in here. And it was probably about 4, 5 of us. It was a group of us. And man, I was in front. She looked me straight in my eyes and said, I'm going to tell you just like this. I'm not here to teach y'all niggas how to cook. I'm talking about those was her words verbatim. I'm not here to teach y'all niggas how to cook. I'm just here to supervise y'all, sharpen y'all up on y'all skills a little bit. Don't be running up on me, asking me every 2 minutes, this, they got cookbooks in there. And right then I knew man, I ain't feeling this shit because you can't, hell nah, because you got experience. You supposed to be like, this is your field. Don't tell me go grab a cookbook because I might not do it right. It might be something you could show me that the book ain't telling me. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I also understand you had a little bit of college too, right?
Yeah, I went to I was going to Chattahoochee Technical College for physical therapy. I was trying to get into that field. Yeah, I really ain't know nothing about it, to be honest, bro. I was dealing with a female, and she was a lot older than me, and she was real fine.
Right.
And she was a physical therapist, and she was telling me man, go and do something with your life. And she really liked me, bro. I was handling my business. I had my own whip, apartment. So I was like, man, I'm about to jump in this. But I got in it for a little minute and just was fucking up.
Your family members and your father did a lot of time in prison, you know what I'm saying? With that being said, what was it that led you to the street?
I think, bro, it was just the influence from, like I say, how I came up.
Right.
And also the thrill. You know what I'm saying? I have always had that inside me, I know this shit ain't right. I've always felt that no matter what it is I done at no age, I've always known this ain't right. And I used to look at my pop situation, my uncle situation, and I'd be like, shit, but don't end up like them. I'm thinking that, but at the same time, I've been out here selling stuff, been toting pistols around. So it's it was just fun to me, bro. So even when I snapped out of it for a second and tried to go to school and change my life, soon as it went to not working, I just went back to the mindset I had before I even came. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what was working for me at the moment.
So let's get into so what exactly was the situation, you know what I'm saying, that got you jammed up, you know what I'm saying? I seen you mention you did a few things with somebody you ain't really hang around like that. And I guess they pretty much told on you, you know what I'm saying? What was that situation and how much time did you get behind that situation?
Well, the situation was, when it was all said and done, I had 6 armed robberies, right?
Right.
Every armed robbery attached to it was possession of a firearm during commission of a crime, hijacking, aggravated assault. And then one of them, out of the 6, only one of them had kidnapping attached to it. So we just used to pretty much, I finesse you into, if I know you into, I'm going to just use this stuff in this basement as an example. like it's a whole bunch of sheetrock right here on this floor, right?
Right.
Okay, so if I know the value of this sheetrock, all of this is $10,000, then I just finesse you some type of way because I know you be big and shit. You need this. I finesse you and be like, hey, I got that sheetrock. I got such and such amount. You know that shit costs 10,000. You just give me 5,500. You can have it. I stole it though.
Right.
And then you gonna be like, hell yeah, that's a deal. Come on. And then you gonna meet me somewhere and I'm gonna put the pistol in your face and take it. I ain't never had no damn sheetrock. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And yeah, man, we had 6 charges all together. 4 of them ended up getting dismissed. Just, just from little things like the witness may make a description that has nowhere near me, or, just other little technical things. 4 of them got dismissed. And yeah, man, the dude who was locked up with me, I sat in the county for 10 months. He sat in the county for 45 days before he wrote a full statement on me and told on everything I did. But the ones that they dropped, he told on them too. But it was something about the law, some type of way the lawyer finessed it where they couldn't try to bring it back up. So I just went ahead and pled guilty to the 2 because I knew, it wasn't no way out, bro. You got one dude admitting to doing it,
Right.
and then he's telling you, yeah, Bill was with me. You know what I'm saying? So I just went ahead and pled, bro. They gave me a plea. They gave me 9 years. And I ain't want to take it, but I just said, shit, I'd rather take it than go to trial and lose and get a life sentence, you know what I'm saying?
And then
so I just went ahead and took it.
Right, and he was telling you to go ahead and take the stand, right?
Yeah, he tried to finesse me when we went to court one time because I was pushing it off for a long time. He was telling me, bro, I got you. I'm about to go in here and play crazy. Like, I don't remember what I said in the county. I got you, bro. Just go to trial. Don't take a plea. Go to trial. And, even my mama was like, yeah, see, he trying to look out for you. Go to trial, And I was just thinking like, bro, if you tell on me, bro, I don't give a damn what you say about what type of change of heart you done had. I will never trust you again, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right, facts.
So he was telling me just go to trial. But like I say, I'm looking at it like, okay, if I go, it's a 50% chance he finessing me again and I might lose my life to the system. Or if I say fuck that and just take the 9 years, at least I know I'm coming home in 9 years. I just got to make it out. So we was talking through a glass, you know what I'm saying? So I just like, all right, whatever. And shit, bro, I just went up there and I just took the plea, bro. I was like, I ain't about to play these games with this nigga, man.
You know how much time he got?
It's crazy, bro. I got 9 years, he got 10 years. And for years, I have been saying, how the hell you snitch and get more time than me, even though it ain't nothing but a year?
Right.
But how the hell you get more time than me? But what it was, his charges was a little, like I had 6 on mine. He had like 8. So, 8 armed robberies in the state of Georgia, boy, you getting a life sentence off the dribble. So
yeah, for sure.
They cut him a little deal. They cut him a deal to tell on somebody. That's what he did.
What was your first week like, you know what I'm saying? And what was the moment, being a new guy, that you realized, it really go down in prison and you got to stay on point?
My first week, bro, when they came and got me that night, told me to pack it up, I'm leaving. The whole bus ride there, probably like a 3 or 4 hour bus ride. And I was nervous as hell. My stomach bubbling up, you know what I'm saying? Cause
right.
I ain't never been here and I've only heard the stories, you know what I'm saying? And once I finally got there and they put me in my housing unit, that whole first week, bro, it was like it wasn't real, bro. I really couldn't believe I was really in this small, tiny ass room with the bars in front of me, the concrete wall. I was like numb to it at first, bro. I think the reason it was easier for me to, be like that and not in an immediate situation because the housing unit I was in was locked down because it was a stabbing that happened before I even got there.
All right.
So I was in the room by myself anyway. So my first week, bro, I was just lying there literally all day in the days, just like really listening to people talk, listening to people scream, listening to people fight, listening to the officers tell me chow car. I really couldn't believe I was in prison, bro. And I think the first situation where I realized like, okay, this shit is not a game. You is really here for real. Probably like I was only in the diagnostic prison for like 13 days, but a few days before that, I'm in the room. You know, I've been here about 10, 11 days now. I'm kind of feeling myself a little bit. I've been doing some push-up, been talking to a few people who've been walking by. So I'm like, shit, all right, I can handle this. I'm going to handle this. One of these niggas play with me, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about fighting. I'm in there throwing combos and stuff. Man, somebody ended up getting stabbed right in front of my room, man. And I'm talking about it was bad. And I was just stuck looking at it through the bars. And that's when reality really, really, really hit me for real. Like, but all that bullshit you talking about, this is a different world.
Right.
And that's when I knew, like, okay, you got to be on point 24/7 in here. And then I went trying to buy a knife.
Coming from Culinary art school and loving to cook, you know what I'm saying? What was that adjustment like to prison food, man? You know what I'm saying? Being a guy that love to cook.
At first, I really wasn't on none of that. Because after I witnessed that in the classification prison, even when I was sent off to the first prison, I was so paranoid, bro. Like, I was literally paranoid 24/7 because I just didn't know what to expect at these other prisons. So, but once I kind of adjusted, it was fun, bro. Because I just started trying all kind of shit. I just started, you know what I'm saying, doing something that I know I do home and think about how could I replace it? Because I ain't got no stove. So how can I replace this and give it this type of taste? So I was cooking all kind of stuff.
Right.
It was kind of exciting, just whipping it up, seeing what it's gonna taste like and stuff.
For the viewers, man, can you explain the backdoor games that they play in prison?
Yeah, man. The backdoor games, it's so many, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's just so many that they can play. But the one I specifically spoke about was when I first came in, it wasn't a lot of cell phones. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people didn't have them. That wave wasn't as popular as it is now, where you just see everybody on TikTok locked up with phone. It wasn't nothing like that 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So writing letters was a very big thing. Like, that was a big trend, bro, writing letters. So, yeah, man, the backdoor games people used to play. If me and you in the pod together and you got a girl that's faithful to you, she writes you letters, or even if you got a sister that be writing you letters and stuff, I might try to look at some of your mail one day. Not me specifically, but I'm just saying.
Right.
A person might try to look at your mail one day and copy your address down. And then they'll go write that person a letter in hopes that that person will fuck with them like they fuck with you. Whether they trying to build a relationship, finesse her out some money. But those are the backdoor games that done costed many people their life, because that's like one of the biggest things you do not do. Like, that is so disrespectful to a person doing time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why I used to always, whenever my mama, grandmama, brother, sister, anybody send me a letter, I rip it off. Like, the address part, I rip it off, rip it up, flush it down the toilet, just to avoid having myself in one of those situations.
During your time incarcerated, what was one of the things that you seen that affected you the most? You know what I'm saying? For people that think prison is a game, what was something that affected you that you still think about from time to time?
I think the thing that affected me the most, man, that some people, you know, who's never been placed in that situation may think is a joke or somewhere, you know, don't got the full understanding on, is the treatment from the staff, bro. Like, when I say you are literally treated like an animal, bro. Now, you might got a staff member or two that's like, you know, I ain't with that type of stuff they on, but like, literally, like, I'm gonna tell you a story about, I was in the hole one time, and they was coming to my room for a shakedown, and they came in the room, they came to the door, they tell me to cuff up, handcuff. So I'm like, what are we cuffing up for? So the unit manager, he like, man, handcuff. So I'm like, I'm going to handcuff, but tell me for what?
Right.
He just pull out the big ass, the pepper spray, the big black and red can. He pull it out, stick it through the flap. He like, you gonna cuff up or what? So I'm like, damn, all right, hold up. Cause now this shit, I know that, you know what I'm saying? So I cuff up.
Right.
But I'm like, damn, bro, you don't even tell me what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So I cuff up. He come in the room, bro, and kind of bump into me like, watch out. And he got a garbage bag with him. He go to my locker box, all my hygiene and all my food. He just taking it, throwing it in the bag, one item at a time.
Right.
So I'm like, you know, I'm even being respectful with it at first. I'm like, Mr. Such and Such, why is you in here taking my stuff? Stop talking to me, inmate. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, you just came in my room, you taking stuff that I paid for. Why are you taking my stuff? Inmate, shut the fuck up talking to me. Don't talk to me. You an inmate. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, bro, like how humiliating it is. Like, just like how degrading that is. Like, you treat me like I'm really not a human being. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he took all my food. He took all my hygiene, bro. I'm talking about didn't even leave me with a bar of soap. Took everything I had and told me if I can't provide a money receipt, then I can't get it back. You know what I'm saying? Money receipt, that's just from the commissary. After you buy it, they give you a receipt of your order. But man, you know, I got that out the streets. I didn't even buy it off commissary.
Right.
So, you know, and the thing about him specifically, he the type, after he take it, I remember he took probably like the next day, because he just put the food in his office. But the next day, he'll go sit in like the middle of the floor. It's a table welded in the middle of the floor, and he might call my name. And I get up and look out the window. He might be eating a bag of chips that he took out my room the day before and be eating it like, what's up? You hungry? You want some of these? You straight? Lay your head down, inmate. You know what I'm saying? It's just, bro, that I think that still affects me to this day, just knowing all the people that I got love for that's still in there, knowing that, you know, some of these guys got to deal with this shit for the rest of their life, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. And that's, I just feel like, bro, that's something no human being should deal with or have to encounter something like that. You know, that type of treatment.
With all that being said, you know what I'm saying, what kept you going and what kept you grounded, you know what I'm saying, to keep a clear mind and just stay out the way, you know what I'm saying, to do your time to make it back home?
I think, man, what kept me the most focused, even when I did stupid stuff, you know, what really kept me the most focused was so many people around me that is never getting out. So many people around me that has accepted, yeah, I got life without parole. I'm never getting out. I know I'm going to die here. That, along with me really, 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 really wanting to be a part of my son's life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because his mama is the type of person, like, she's one of them people, like, she's just not with that prison stuff, bro. You know what I'm saying? She not with no bringing them down there. She just, that type stuff, she's just not into none of that.
Right.
So, you know, bro, I really wanted to get out and really be a part of my son's life. And I didn't want to end up like one of these guys that got all this time, you know what I'm saying, by acting too crazy. And I used to always think, you got a date. I got a release date. I got a release date. And, you know, damn near all my roommates had life. So, you know, I just used to look at them sometimes. I might not even say nothing. I might just look at them like, damn, I go home 5 more years. Bro, I ain't never going home. You know what I'm saying? So that there alone, bro, that really keep you focused. That kept me focused right there, boy.
I see you love speaking to the youth, giving them motivation to do better. You know what I'm saying? But what has been like the most inspiring thing someone told you to keep you motivated to go harder since you came home?
I think the most inspiring thing somebody told me since I've been home, bro, to be honest, is actually one of the youths. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't tell me nothing like, yeah, Bill, make sure you do this, do that. It was more so them showing their gratitude for the messages I put out, that how my videos really have helped them, you know, make better decisions and stuff. And bruh, even though they're showing gratitude to me, that is like a super booster, bruh. That was like inspiration to me, because when I first got out doing this, in the back of my mind, I'm like, man, this ain't finna do nothing for nobody. I know I got a passion for helping, the youth, teenagers, to early adults, but this ain't really about to do nothing. So when they, hit me, I got so many DMs like that, bro. And when I started receiving them, that was like motivation for me, bro. That was like adding fire to the flame, like, bro. Like, I was really like, bro, you really you really make a difference in some people's life. You really helping somebody, you know what I'm saying? You can't help everybody, but you helping somebody, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was actually talking to a little dude today, man. This lady reached out to me on IG probably about a week or two ago and was just telling me about her son and stuff. He 18. He was in jail at the time, and she just asked me, like, man, when he get out, can you please talk to him? You know what I'm saying? And, I was about to hit her back and tell her, like, that's pretty much going to be like a conference call. We're going to have to set up something financial, bro. That's what I was about to tell her. But I looked at her pictures and stuff, man. It's a woman, and I just felt that cry from a mother, bro. Like, and her message, it reminded me so much of my mama. You know what I'm saying? With the stress and worry that my mama was dealing with when I was in there. And you know what, bro? I just told her, I said, yeah, whenever he get out, send me his number. I got him. That was about 2 weeks ago, and she sent it today. I was at the barbershop. And as soon as I got done, I called him, man, chopped it up with him for about, probably about a good 20 or 30 minutes.
If you could tell a youth a message right now, what would it be?
My message to the youth right now would be, man, because, a lot of time we have in our mind when we doing crazy stuff in the streets, if for financial gains, we trying to do this or we trying to get that, man. Anything that you can obtain illegally, you can obtain legally also. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You just got to put that work in, man, and be motivated, bro. And most things that you do or that you can get caught up in with your homeboys, I don't care what the value is, most things is not worth it if you sitting in that prison cell thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I encourage everybody, but especially the youth, I encourage y'all, man, to just make better decisions and just, on a day-to-day basis, man, just try to do right. Just try to do right, because it don't take but snap of a finger for your whole life to be taken away from you, bro.
Before we get out of here, man, lead the people with your social media. I mean, if you got anything to promote.
Yeah, man. My TikTok, WBLG, DABLG, YouTube, Bill Feezy. I got another YouTube I just created today. It's called Bill Motivation. I'm just going to be dropping nothing but motivation and, taking accountability type videos on there.
Okay.
And my Instagram is The Real Bill 1, DA Real Bill with the number 1. And yeah, man, you want to holler at me, hit me on IG. I respond back as long as you ain't talking crazy.
Right. Hey, man, well, I greatly appreciate you coming on the show, man. You know what I'm saying? And I want you to keep pushing, to keep driving, man, and inspiring the youth. You know what I'm saying? And that's what my channel all about, man, peace and positivity. You know what I'm saying? To show people that, you can make a change in this world. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you want to, you know what I'm saying? Any day you can make that change. And, man, keep doing what you're doing, man. Peace and power to you, man. And there we have it, y'all. This is V.E.T.V. And y'all know my saying, yesterday's wins nor losses count. If you woke up blessed to be alive, keep pushing forward and strive for a greater tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I'm Hollywood Spryte. That's Bill Feezy, man. We getting up out of here.
Most definitely.
Veracity Exchange Television. Yeah. Hey. It's V.E.T.V.